Hello and welcome to New Game, New Rules. This is Introduction to the Notchback. Notchback is what UFO people call these guys. NASA calls them critters. Scientists call them extraterrestrial extremophiles. We're on Wikipedia. This is unicellular organism. We're just going to do some basic science and then get right into it. You can read all of this later and go back and fact check me if you please. Single cell organism is an organism that consists of a single cell. Basically what this is stating, if you do some science, unicellular algae, fungi, protozoa, amoebas, they're calculators. That's their memory. They're not considered intelligent life because they're not complex enough yet. They haven't evolved. Okay. Important to note on here, early protocells possibly emerging 3.8 to 4 billion years ago. So if some of these were under the correct circumstances, they could actually get some intelligence that would be astounding. So this article is called Amoebas Are Crafty Shape-Shifting Engineers. Now, the point here, the principle is they can change form, build shells, really important, punch holes in prey, even farm their own food. This is on scienceforstudents.org. I'm hoping that you can see all of my web pages on the top. And we come down, this is a amoeba. They come in many shapes. Come down, you get to see a killer video of single cell organism eating. And this is the money shot right here. Mr. Sinsomalia, not to be confused with marijuana. You notice his crown-shaped shell. This would be the nucleus, and these are referred to as pseudopods, false feet. This is looking under a microscope. These little false feet is how they move around, how they catch prey. This picture is a really big money shot here. This is Euthyrina. Today they might be called a flash mob. This is just a single cell organism underneath a microscope, a bunch of them. Why this is important is I'm going to tie this into the next picture. I'm going to freeze it and pretend we're 5 feet back from this picture. What we would see is a line, a circle, this little weird pattern, circle, circle. There's two of them together, two of them together. Here's a long line, here's a long line, and you notice the randomness of them. So let's get into the meat of it. This is a picture taken of the moon, and you'll notice here that this is the exact same thing as the last picture. I'll go back for a second so you can see again, so you remember. So I said if you took the picture back from 5 feet, this is taken from the 1960s space missions. I don't know if this is when they landed on the moon, when these were taken, but you can look them up online. They're all over the place. I do know the Hasselblad 500C cameras were extremely popular. One of the astronauts actually brought one back with him. The reason that was important was when they came back, they wanted to ditch all the weight they could so that they made it back, so every effort was made. The Hasselblad 500C, I believe, was made in Germany, and it used special film that was full spectrum. That's why these guys appear white and you can see them. Otherwise, they're translucent, and this picture wouldn't be as clear as it was. We'll get into a little bit more about that later, but here's the exact similarities as our last picture. Circle, circle, the line, circle, circle, line, and you see the randomness of it. Here's another picture that's different. It's not just one picture, there's a whole heap of them. And what's interesting is NASA claimed that this, combined with the hairs on the screens, on the pictures, on the film that was processed, along with the coffee stains, represented the parties that they were having in the film room that had the most important pictures known to man. I'd like to get in on that party, but this is not a error. These are actual pictures, and maybe they shouldn't have disclosed them. Here's some more. It goes on and on and on. You can look them up for yourself. This is a amoeba eating, and this is really important. And it just shows under a microscope he's catching his prey. His prey isn't exactly happy, and it's going to end up in his body here. These are called pseudopods. They're false feet for us laymen. They're used to capture their prey. Now we're going to get into a trick that I don't recommend you do. If you do this and you blow up your microwave or catch it on fire, your mom's going to kick you out of the basement. So don't do this at home. It's not smart, especially if it's a microwave that you eat food out. So we took one grape, cut it in half, the flat parts on the top, the round parts on the bottom, and we jammed it in the microwave on high. Sparks start to emit as the gases inside superheat, and we're going to absorb radiation into the grape, and we're going to create plasma. Poof, that's plasma. Now, why is that important? Well, this soft tissue is able to absorb radiation and generate plasma. That's what solved my cattle mutilations video. Now, this is the Department of Plasma Physics in Romania, and the article is cell-like space charge configurations formed by self-organization in a laboratory. Why is this important? Well, in the last video we made plasma from grapes. Basically, if you continue to do that process and you had a microwave that wouldn't explode, this article proves that they turned into self-organizing single cell type organisms, and they showed the basic intelligence that is the definition of a single cell organism. They've got the memory of a calculator again, so they're not real smart, but they feed, they're looking for more radiation to create more plasma, and they bump into each other and avoid each other after time, and that's about it with this article. It's really interesting if you're into science. I'm going to start getting into the meat of it. This is proof of life on Mars via a lawsuit. This is one of my heroes. Mr. Joseph, PhD, Dr. Joseph. You can look up his website, cosmology.com. If you're a Mensa type and you want to read some really advanced science articles, he sued NASA. He claimed that these blue little balls on Mars were fungi, mushrooms, and he gave it a low to high probability of life on Mars. Why is he doing this? He's doing this for you, the people. The first step in proving that life on Mars exists like an alien is proving this little stuff. Water on Mars, which has been proven, this fungi. Interesting to note, there's a mold that's found on Mars that actually eats through metal. I'd like to know how NASA's going to solve that, along with SpaceX and everyone else that plans on making trips to Mars, but an interesting tidbit. Another interesting tidbit is that the Russian nuclear reactor in Chernobyl that malfunctioned, there is a mold growing there that actually eats radiation, so given enough time, it will eat away at the radiation. Anyway, let's get back into notchbacks. This is a notchback. I'm going to show you more pictures of him, but this is the circular portion of his body. This is the nucleus. That's not a face. This isn't a crab. And I'll go back to this picture. Remember him? Remember his pseudopods? Remember he's a crafty, shape-shifting bastard? Well, check this out. He's holding on to the rock. This is alive. They called it a multi-tentacled Martian specimen identified by geologists as likely being alive. It is alive. It is a flying amoeba that is 8 to 30 foot in diameter on average, and this dude's kicking back in the shade because he doesn't want to dry up and die. Now, we go over to Mr. Joseph, PhD, Mensa at Large. I highly recommend cosmology.com and brainmind.com. It's not for the faint of heart. It's really scientific, but this is his article, Evidence for Extraterrestrial Extremophiles and Plasmas in the Thermosphere. Plasmas. Why are we talking about plasmas? Humans are carbon-based, and carbon-based humans aren't really compatible with space and radiation and high heat and all the other variables that come along with it, let alone the bacteria that's out there. So scientists came up with a formula and determined that in order to be in space, if we were to find life, it would most likely be silicone-based or plasma-based. So we're going to get into that. Remember, we did our microwave experiment. Extraterrestrial extremophiles. What's that mean? Extraterrestrial, not of this planet. Outer space, alien you could call it. Extremophiles, what's that? An extremophile is a single-cell organism that lives in conditions that aren't habitable to humans. So what's that mean? In Antarctica, they found what looked like red blood growing on ice, and they turned out to be single-cell organisms, and that would be considered an extreme condition, hence the extremophiles. They've been found in the deserts where no life existed, many other places where life should not be. This is cosmology.com. Extraterrestrial bacteria attraction to electromagnetic activity. The space shuttle STS-75 did an electromagnetic experiment, which I'm going to show you next. And basically on Earth, if you take those single-cell organisms under a microscope and you put electromagnetic activity on one side, all of them will run away from that energy source and repel from it and go to the other side. Or, excuse me, the opposite. Will attract towards it. I'm sorry. If you put light, like from a laser, like the ones that you play with your kitty, they will repel from it. So they don't like light, but they do like electromagnetic energy. So, this is the Space Shuttle 75, STS-75 incident. It's referred to as the tether incident. I'm going to show you a video of that coming up here. This is the notch back that I'm introducing you to. It's called that because there's a notch here on the back. This is the nucleus, that's the body. This example right here is approximately 2 miles wide in outer space. This is a microscopic example. Notice the same body, the notch back, the nucleus. So let's dive into it. This is actual video here on the left of the Space Shuttle 75 tether incident. The tether broke away. NASA said these are ice particles. They're not. This is our flash mob that I showed you earlier, and you'll notice the similarities between the two of them. The movements are identical, and they will show close-ups where these notchback actually go underneath the tether. The tether's 12.7 miles long, which puts these guys at roughly 2 miles wide, which is pretty big. There's a notchback flying by underneath. That's not an ice particle right outside the windshield of the space shuttle, period. And you can see them cruising by. Ice particles also don't all look identical, and they also have a parabolic effect. Really interesting in this video is right here. See if I can catch him again as he comes by. Remember I talked about those pseudopods? Right here is his notch, and right here is pseudopods. How he's flying is he's spinning his body like a frisbee. He's twisting his nucleus, and then the body spins, and that's his rudder. And these two are his pseudopods, aka his false feet, used to steer. Now, let me show you a video that's titled Such a Dope Experience. This is from Scott Seawaring. He's got a great site called UFO Sightings Daily. He doesn't ask for money. He pumps out videos like crazy. He's definitely obsessed with UFOs like I am. What's this video prove? That's a notchback flying, and this guy's pissing him off with a laser, and he's repelling from him. That's the whole point of this. Let's find a video that's a little bit better. This is a camera that's been modified. It's doing IR at night, and it has an 18A UV filter in the front. That's why these bushes look a funny color and they don't look natural. I'll do more on that later on how to
here's another one right here.
Modify your camera so you can see these guys too.
Right
here's a better picture of one of these guys hauling ass, and he's repelling from the light once again. I really
Now
don't
he's
recommend
turning.
doing this, as I've proved that
Yeah,
these guys
yeah, you see him?
had mutilated cattle that are 2,000
I'm
pounds, and they shell them out,
lasering or
and
at
they
him,
lift them into the air
and he's
and drop them.
curving.
So a human would
Shut
be
up.
literally a Tootsie Pop. Not a smart thing to do. Now, remember when I told you that NASA claimed that these guys were ice particles and they were round? I'm going to show you a video of this guy going sideways, which proves that he looks like a pancake. Let's see if I can find it here. It'd be nice if people held their cameras straight when they were videoing some of the most important stuff, but there's tons of this on the internet. Here the guy is spinning. He's going to come over here and then he's going to come down sideways, and you'll be able to see that this is not an ice particle. You'll notice he's spinning. You can clearly see the nucleus. There's his pseudopods that he's steering with. There's stabilizing between that and his notchback. And he's cruising, and whoop, did you see that? He went sideways. He's not an ice particle. Let's check that out again. Whoop! Okay. If you're wondering where I found this, it's Ball of Light Keeps Returning to Gaffney, South Carolina. Okay, this video is of the same thing. This is our notchback, and remember our grape experiment? I can't go full screen, so you're going to have to look this one up for yourself, unfortunately. I apologize. Or look at my other video, the cattle mutilation. But this is actually a mutilation in process. I don't know what's in his mouth. I can't prove it. But what he's doing is, whatever's inside of him, he's using gravity and pushing down so he can put his pseudopods through it. If it's a cattle, that would be through its rear end and its mouth. And he's using plasma to burn away the meat, and he's using bacteria, cholesterum, I can't pronounce the word correctly, but he's using that to break down the meat so he can liquefy it, put this into his body, and that's what he feeds off of, the bacteria, not the guts of the 2,000-pound beef steer, but the actual bacteria. This is what they eat. Amoebas are known on Earth to sit on the ground, punch holes in the ground, and feed off of areas like cattle ranches after all the cattle poop, because there's a bunch of bacteria in the soil. Seems to be their favorite feeding ground. Anyway, this is a great video. No one else has identified it but me. Hopefully some people will tell a friend and tell a rancher. Let's go on to how do I see these critters myself and point a camera in the backyard and act stupid and fling a laser at it and possibly get killed? Well, if you want to shoot some video for yourself and upload it and be a superstar, this shows you, it's called an infrared magnet modification. It's not a hack. This is a Sony f828 camera. I own one of these. What this hack does is you put a magnet and it opens up the IR shutter so you can use IR during the daytime. This is the camera that was made famous for the see-through clothing and was pulled off because people were addicted to filming nipples, because evidently the internet wasn't working back then. So, if you look up cameras, modification for UFOs, you'll find many more examples, and you're going, Mike, I don't have the budget for expensive cameras. Well, this camera can be had for under $100 on the old interweb, and you can actually go to your thrift store and find some old Sony VHS video cameras that can do the same thing, and there's a lot of mods for those. You need to turn the IR on for daytime use. At nighttime, you don't need to do this modification, but you do need a UV filter on the end, which is called an 18A filter to people in the photography industry. So, why are all these notchbacks coming to us all of a sudden? Why is France having 100 cattle mutilation and 200 cattle mutilation and livestock mutilation in a shot? Well, this is the new ITVR system that's going up in France, and 35 nations are collaborating on this. It's a new type of power, nuclear fusion, which basically gives unlimited power for a very, very long period of time. It's supposed to be very stable. God bless them for coming up with new ideas. But one of the side effects of it, electromagnetic activity. And that's going to call these critters. hence all the cattle mutilation that they're having right now. And if you scroll down to the bottom on the main page, it'll give you the timeline, and they've been testing these components, and they're getting really close to firing up everything. 2035 is the completion, but they've actually been speeding along. And you can see here, manufacturing of principal first plasma components. And remember, these guys like to feed plasma? Well, there you have it. If you look at my cattle video, I go into more detail on the location of military bases and installations like this. Interesting to note, underneath the ground in France is the Hadron Collider, which smashes atoms, and that also puts out large amounts of electromagnetic activity. So what am I saying? I'm saying we're asking for trouble. That concludes my introduction to the Notchback. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I hope you learned that there is a new critter in our airspace, and it's in our atmosphere, it's in lakes, it's on the ground, and it kills not only humans but animals. I don't think they're a threat to us. I think that the animal or the human mutilations, pardon me, are caused by circumstances like us calling them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.